up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome to Throwback Thursday, where every single week we create a look with an older eyeshadow palette for my collection that's always chosen by you. So the way this works is every Sunday I post a bonus video with the footage of me going through my entire eyeshadow palette collection and pulling 4 palettes for y'all to choose from. From there, I post a poll over in my community section with the names and pictures of each of the palettes. I give y'all a few days to vote, and on Thursday we create a look with the winning palette. And our winning palette this week is going to be the Glamlite Rick and Morty palette. And fun little twist, we are going to do this palette bingo style. And while I'm really excited about this, I'm a little nervous at the same time because this is a huge, bright, colorful color story, and this could either look absolutely beautiful or it could be very chaotic. Hopefully the palette gods will be in my favor, but we will see what happens. I will have this palette as well as everything else that I use in today's video listed and linked down below in the description box. So per usual, if you're ever curious about anything I use in any of my videos here on my channel, always check the description box to squeeze as much information as I possibly can into that tiny little space. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. Alright y'all, so I have my random number generator pulled up and we are going to pick 5 shades. We may pick 6 depending on what we get, but we're going to go ahead and start with 5. So let's do this. The first shade that we are going to get is going to be number 22. So let's pull up the palette and see what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So our first shade is going to be this one right here. Ooh, that's a really pretty shade. So we have a nice mid-tone teal shade. So that is our first shade. I'm going to swatch it right there. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next shade and see what we get. So up next we have number 17. So pulling up the palette again, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have a shimmer shade right here. So let's swatch this one out next to the other one. So that is going to be our shade, and I'm going to put that one right there. So far we have a nice cohesive color story, but we still have at least 3 more shades to go. So let's see what we're going to get. Next is going to be number 7. So that is going to be number 6, 7 right here. So we have another shimmer shade, and this one's a little bit lighter. That's actually one of my favorite ones in this palette. It is so pretty. Let's go ahead and pull that one up right there and swatch her right there. All right, so far that is our beautiful color story. Let's move on to our next shade and see what we get. Number 11. So number 11 is going to be this shade right here, this hot pink shade. Okay, we got a little bit of color added into this one. So let's do a swatch of this shade right there and put her right there. All right, so we have at least 1 more shade to go. Let's see what we're gonna get. We might pull a 6th one. I'm kind of feeling like we might. Number 7. So number 7 is going to be the shade that we already got. Hello, duh. Let's do another one. Number 18. So 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We have another shimmer. So let's go ahead and swatch that one out as well. So it's going to be this one right here. This really pretty kind of like blue silvery frosty shade. I'm liking what we have going on. Do I want to chance it and pull another shade, or do I want to just kind of leave it here? That is the question. I'm looking at the palette and I'm kind of thinking, let's go for a 6th shade. I might regret this, but we're gonna see what happens. So, hello, what happened? Hold on, my number generator went away. Okay, there it is. So next we're gonna get number 15. So we're gonna get 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. We got another shimmer shade, y'all. We got a green shimmer shade. So let's go ahead and swatch this one out, which is going to be this beautiful shade right here. And we're gonna put that one right there. So that is going to be our color story for this. And I really don't know what I wanna do. So let me kind of figure this out, prime my eyes, and we're gonna create our look. Alright, also my eyes are primed and ready to go with my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly per usual. And to start off this look, I think I'm going to go into this matte shade over here. I'm just going to point to them on the back of my hand instead of holding up this monstrosity of a palette every single time. So we're going to go ahead and start with that shade, and I'm going to pick that up with a BK Beauty 212 brush. And I am going to start by kind of building up my outer corner and bringing this into my crease. So I'm going to start by kind of pressing it right out here, and then I'm going to go back in with circular circular motions and start to buff and blend this, kind of fading it out with itself and kind of blending it over into my crease. I think I'm gonna bring this pretty far over in my crease. I'm not gonna bring it all the way over to my inner corner, but since we only have a couple of mats to work with, I'm just gonna kind of use this one the best that I can. All right, so I might be cheating just a smidge, but I need something to kind of soften these edges on this look just a little bit. So I'm gonna go into my Natasha Denona Mini Sculpt palette, and I'm gonna go in with a combination of these two shades right here and just very lightly kind of buff it right along the edges, just because I feel like it's looking a little too harsh for my taste. And who says I can't bring in a little something extra if I need to? So I'm gonna pick both of those shades up with a Morphe M453. Like I said, just kind of going back and forth between the two shades, and then very lightly go right along the edges of that shade that I just put down. Like I said, I just feel like I need to soften this just a little bit so I can make it a little bit more of my liking. And I was having a hard time softening this out on its own. Like I tried really, really hard, but it just wasn't doing it because it's so pigmented and it's such a very mid-tone shade, but this is going to work perfectly. Yeah, I'm really liking what this is doing. That's a whole lot better over here compared to over here. I feel like it just gave it a softer gradient, and that's exactly what I was going for. Now you can always go in with your setting powder. You can go in with any kind of eyeshadow that's gonna match your skin tone really nicely, or maybe you have a deeper skin tone and you don't have an issue kind of softening this on the edges. But for me, I feel like I really, really need to do this. Okay, I feel like that looks a lot better, but let's go ahead and move on. So next I wanna go into this matte pink shade right here, and I'm gonna put this on my lower lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick that shade up with a Singe Beauty EO5 brush and just very lightly kind of buff and blend it along my lower lash line. So I'm just gonna go in right down here, bring it over to my inner corner, but kind of stop right where my tear duct starts, and then kind of buff and blend it into my outer corner, kind of meeting it up with that first shade that I put down, and making sure that I blend it really good right here. So we have a nice soft fade from one shade to another. It's not going to blend perfectly. It's kind of gonna turn into a little bit of a purple shade, but I am not mad about that. I think it's gonna look really nice down here. But I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. I'm sorry if the content has been a little slow this week. It's spring break here, so my kids don't have school, and we're just kind of enjoying each other's company. We've been doing a lot of things together, watching movies, hanging out, and I just haven't had as much time to film this week, and I am okay with it. I will absolutely kind of ramp things back up next week once they're back in school, but you know, it's been nice to kind of slow down and then just enjoy the little moments while they're still here, because as many of you know, my oldest graduates in just a couple of months, and he's going to be doing the whole college thing, and he's just gonna have a busy life. He's gonna be coming into adulthood, so I am just soaking it in the best that I can. All right, y'all, so I decided to kind of bring that shade up into my outer corner as well and kind of mix it with that teal shade that I put down to give me something kind of on the purpley side and kind of mesh everything together so it flows seamlessly from the lid to the lower lash line without having it be too contrasty. And I'm really liking the way this is looking with everything mixed together. I think this is a lot of fun. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids with my NYX Glitter Primer because all we have left to play with is 4 shimmers, and I need to put something down to make sure they're gonna stick to my lid, they're not gonna crease, and I'm not gonna get any fallout. Y'all, I've been staring at these 4 shimmer shades on the back of my hand for about 5 minutes now, and I cannot figure out how I want to arrange them on my lid. Like, I know I want to put this one on my inner corner, and this would make a really pretty pop in the center, but as far as the blue and the green goes, I just don't know how I want to place them on my lid. Like, I'm definitely regretting pulling that 6th shade right now, because if I hadn't have, it would have been a no-brainer. But if I'm gonna go with my gut instinct, I think we're gonna start with this blue shade right here and maybe kind of work dark to light and just see what happens. So we're just gonna roll with it. This could turn out to be a complete disaster. It could look absolutely beautiful. My hope is it looks beautiful, but we're gonna go ahead and pick it up with a BK Beauty 203 brush. I am going to spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and we're going to pop this, not all over the lid, but we're gonna pop it on like the outer half of my lid. So I'm gonna start right here and kind of bring it over to that outer corner right there and bring it over to about right there. Okay, that looks really pretty so far, but now what am I gonna do with the green? That's where I am at in this very moment. I just don't know what to do with it, but we're gonna figure it out. So next I'm going to go in to the green shade right here, and I think I'm going to put that on either side of the blue shade just to kind of blend things together a little bit. So I'm going to pick it up with my same BK Beauty 203 brush that I just used, and I'm going to spray it once again, and I'm going to start right here on this sort of inner portion, bringing it over to the inner corner. But I'm not going to bring it all the way into the inner corner. I'm going to kind of stop right there and leave that open, and then we're going to put a little bit more like right here on this outer corner, kind of blending things together a little bit better. Okay, I'm not mad about it. I'm not loving it, but I'm not mad about it either. This is actually kind of turning out a little better than I thought it would. I'm just not a big fan of really dark shimmers all over my lid. I just feel like it closes off my lids. My eyes are already pretty tiny as it is, and I just don't find it to be nearly as flattering on me, but it is what it is. We're gonna roll with it. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye, and then we're gonna bring a little bit of lightness and brightness back to this look. So next I'm gonna go in with that greeny gold shade, and I'm gonna pop this right on the very center of my lid, hopefully giving me that lightness and brightness back like I was talking about. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm just gonna kind of put it all over the blue shade. It's not really cheating, is it? I mean, I use the shade, I'm just kind of covering it up a little bit because yeah, I like that so much more. I just like the lighter shimmers on my lid. This is actually turning out really pretty. Alright, also last but not least, I went ahead and picked up that really light shade with the Singe Beauty EO1 brush, and I'm just popping it right here in my very inner corner, blending it down into my lower lash line, blending it up onto my lid, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw on some liner and mascara, and we'll come back and show you all the completed look. Alright y'all, so this is the completed look, and I have to admit, now that it's all said and done, I really like the way this turned out. And honestly, it all comes down to this gold shade right here, because there was a minute there I was not liking the direction of this look. It was very dark. It felt like it wasn't flowing the way that I wanted it to, but this gold shade really came in clutch for me, because once I popped a little bit all over my lid, it really transformed the entire look, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. I love the teal with the pop of purple and pink on the outer corner and lower lash line. It is giving me sparkly mermaid vibes, and I do really love it. But let's go over what I used to finish off this look so we can finally close out this video. So in my lower waterline, I went in with a NYX Epic Wear liner in the shade Pink Spirit. I lined my lid with my ZC liquid liner, and for mascara, I went in with two different ones. So I went in with these two from Judydoll. For my upper lashes, I went in with the curling iron mascara, and then I went in with the slim iron mascara on my lower lashes. But that is going to complete this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. As always, I really did have a lot of fun. It was a little bit more stressful than I anticipated it to be, but like I said, it turned out absolutely beautiful, and I'm really happy with it. But let me know all of your thoughts down below. Let me know what palette you voted for if you have this one in your collection. Let me know if you are a Rick and Morty fan, because I have never watched the show before. My kids have watched it, they love it, but I've just never gotten into it. But I want to know it all. Let's have that conversation. Light up that comment section, and as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching my video and spending your time with me. It truly does mean so much to me. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you can be notified of all my future posts here on my channel. I do post quite a few videos every single week, and I wouldn't want you to miss one. Until my next video, have a good one. Bye.